We're live. There we go. Now we're live. Yeah,
I know we
sorry.
always try to. I know we always try to find some kind of connection to the two movies when we do Hollywood is Dead, and sometimes we stumble upon one just out of accident. But this one, I don't think there's any connections.
I got one. Not really. No. Both movies are about trashy people.
Yeah, maybe. Though I wouldn't call Chris Pine trashy. I'd call him handsome.
Well, so would every single female character in the movie. On today's episode, Hollywood is
so
dead.
Handsome.
Hollywood is Dead. We're
That's right.
discussing Hell or High Water versus Straw Dogs from 1971. On today's episode of Can I be so bold, because it's my episode this week, to talk about your movie first?
We can.
All right. So, why did you choose Straw Dogs? Just because we haven't seen it?
I think because we haven't seen it, and I think you mentioned it, and I was just like, oh, you know what? I got it. I bought it from a thrift store years ago. I had Criterion Vision. I've never watched it, so this will be an excuse to finally watch it.
Oh, do you have it now?
It's in the other room.
Oh, never mind. Okay,
it's in the living room.
From now on, if we discuss a movie, maybe bring the Blu-ray because I want to see it.
It wasn't a Blu-ray. It was the DVD version.
Oh, okay.
I got it for really cheap. I think I got it for like $3 or something.
So
I remember. I'll buy any Criterion.
Just the glasses.
Yeah, it's the broken. Yeah, it's the broken glasses, which didn't really come into effect till later. So this movie was not what I thought it was going to be at all. Straw Dogs was actually surprisingly different, and it was like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, it was the movie you picked, so proceed. I will let you go, only because I want to talk about Hell or High Water last.
Right. Well, it's a better movie.
Yes, and that's why I was going to get this out of the way.
Hell or High Water is a very good movie. Straw Dogs is considered a classic.
It is.
It is considered a highly regarded movie.
It's got a
highly controversial
in IMDb.
It's a highly controversial movie because of the rape scene. The rape scene, which I thought was
sex scene that turns into a rape scene.
Well, at first she says no, and he goes for it, and she's into it. And then the second guy shows up, and she gets doubled. She gets double teamed basically.
His dad shows up and fucks her too.
It's just weird. It's a very strange scene. But I always thought it was about Dustin Hoffman and the British chick. It was in Britain. I get that, but it was like this weird little country town in England somewhere. And it was about they abuse his wife and he goes on a killing spree because he wants revenge. That's what I thought the movie was about. Oh no, it's not that at all. It turns into Of Mice and Men. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
There is a huge section of this movie devoted to Of Mice and Men. And that is completely not only like out of nowhere, but also the rest of the plot determines that, like, the rape on his wife has nothing to do with the rest of the movie.
No, he doesn't even know about it. He never finds out about
the Of Mice and Men story. He doesn't even know about either. But that's what determines the rest of the movie. Is he just harbors this killer?
Well, I mean, granted, he did run him over with his car.
Yes,
he doesn't know what's going on, so he feels bad about hitting him with his car.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't know about that. So
no, he doesn't.
He just thinks they're here. He doesn't question it. He doesn't even ask, why are you here to take this guy? He just starts going, no, fuck you.
Right. And it just escalates because it's like the last 20 minutes of the movie is this attack on the house to get David Warner, who is not credited in the movie.
Oh, weird. Yeah.
Apparently, this is David Warner's first movie. Wow. And I guess in the trivia, David Warner said that he took his name off the movie because his agent wanted them to put his name in the third billing with Dustin Hoffman and the actress. And he was like, I don't want that. Why are you guys doing that? I'm not trying to be abrasive here. And
Yeah.
I think he basically fired his agents and he says, just take my name off the credits. I don't want my name on it. Take it off. Or maybe he was embarrassed that he played a big dummy retard that killed a woman. And he's like, I don't want this to be in my filmography. I need to go do 2 Star Trek movies.
But what like a fucking like straight flush of a hand this guy got to get hit by this car. Because
Well,
otherwise he's being
the-
lynched.
it's the only car in town.
Only car in town
The only car in
happens to
town.
hit him after he murdered a lady in a church.
And he didn't mean to.
Yeah,
Like,
yes.
it's
He was trying to keep her quiet.
he basically breaks her neck, holding her still. And honestly, the guys that attack the house aren't in the wrong until they blow away the sheriff. They brutally murder the sheriff accidentally because the sheriff, they're all drunk, and the David Lynch Oliver Reed character, or no, I'm sorry, the Donald Pleasance Oliver Reed character, with the beard, who I thought that was Donald Pleasance for half the movie.
I don't know how it wasn't.
Yeah, it should have
It's
been
a British movie. He's wearing a fake beard. It's got to be
Yeah.
Donald Pleasance, right?
and,
No,
and he
that's
looks like he shoots the sheriff, but he doesn't shoot the deputy.
Yeah,
With a double barrel shotgun.
It's gonna drive me crazy if you didn't finish that. I
And
do
then,
want to say real quick, just so I can move
yes.
on with this with the video I have up. He
Oh,
kills
yes.
the lady 38 minutes left in the movie,
yes,
and that's where the plot completely changes.
yeah, and that's
And
after the rape.
And this is all why I didn't like this movie. Is
Right.
nothing tied together in a way that makes sense,
And
in
I
a
think
way
that's
that would flow for a story.
Well, I think that's the point.
Maybe.
I guess it's sort of this. Well, I do know though for a fact with the IMDb trivia that the writer of this novel, this is like he said, I will never sell my work to an American filmmaker ever again, because Sam Peckinpah co-wrote the script, and I think he took it upon himself to make it this, and he was not pleased with it.
You know what sucks is I fucking love Sam Peckinpah.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, Sam Peckinpah has done some good movies.
Those some great movies.
And his style's in this way. And this is early in his career, like in the height of his career. Like this is after. I think this might be after or before Wild Bunch, or before. Was Wild Bunch 69? Or this is after? This is 71.
Yeah, this is after, but I'm looking up his directing
Yeah.
stuff right now, just so I can.
Well, this is back then when he was like in his coke and drinking haze. So, which pretty much all of his
Come
movies,
on.
but this is probably the epic time of his cocaine booze time.
So, okay, just to look at Peckinpah's career. Did a bunch of TV. Started off like all the TV westerns. His first big movie. Well, he did The Deadly Companions in '61. He did TV series again. Ride the High Country. Major Dundee was a movie. The Wild Bunch '69 came out.
Yeah,
fucking blew everyone away because it is fucking violent.
Yeah, Wild Bunch is a great movie too, though. It's a
then,
good movie. It's a tougher movie to get into, but I like Wild Bunch a lot. It's one of my favorites.
Do you think it's tough to get into?
I think for a modern audience, absolutely.
I think for a general audience, they're not used to rooting for the bad guys,
right?
But like fucking like Ernest Borgnine and what's it, Sterling Hayden? Was it Sterling Hayden in that one?
Warren Oates. It's a lot of old.
Everyone is
old
so
actors.
fucking good in that movie.
Yeah, we're here to get Angel.
Yeah, it's almost like
brings out.
It's not. It doesn't star John Wayne, but you feel like John Wayne should be there, and they're kind of, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's very. It's basically a proto Unforgiven.
Yeah,
because it's all these old gunslingers who come together for a job, one last job in Mexico.
Exactly right,
yeah. And then they get paid. They're about to leave, but the Mexican president keeps one of them, who's like the younger member of the gang.
William Holden.
He did something.
William Holden.
Yeah, William Holden. He's the star. And William Holden. I love William Holden.
I just rewatched this like a year ago, I'd say.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, but William Holden, that sad fucking story about how he fucking ended his life. Poor bastard was a drunk, And fucking, hey, that's the running theme of tonight is drunks. We're talking about Oliver Reed and we're talking about British people drinking. Shit. William Holden, he fucking died on the telephone. No, he died with the telephone in his lap because he was ashamed to call an ambulance to come and get him because he fell and hit his head in a drunken stupor. So he basically bled to death with the phone on his lap.
You know what's sad? That's not uncommon in old Hollywood.
Well, no, that's the thing. Yeah, like
It's like that.
it's oh man,
It's either like ashamed or I don't want my name in the tabloids if I call.
right,
So
right, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
call my agent instead. Oh, I'm dead. Like,
I'm gonna call.
how many celebrities do you think they died with a belly full of tablets that were half puked out on the tile floor? Like, I'll call my age, and they never did anything ever again.
And it's like that scene from Tropic Thunder. You killed a hooker. Okay, we're gonna get you out of this. We're gonna get you out of this.
Or
But
that
no.
Twilight Zone episode in 2002.
Oh God, yeah,
The the guitar one.
fucking guitars killing people.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Let's talk about.
But Straw Dogs.
We discussed Peckinpah. I just want to real quick. While I have him.
Yeah,
on.
what's his filmography here?
He did after Wild Bunch. He did The Ballad of Kegel Hogue. He did Straw Dogs right after that. So
Wow.
2 years after the Wild Bunch, which the Wild Bunch is, I would say the Wild Bunch is a perfect movie.
Yeah.
It's one of those rare examples of a Western being a perfect movie. And there's a handful, most of them Clint Eastwood.
And all of them came out in the 60s.
Yeah. Or Sergio Leone obviously did the best
Yeah,
one.
I mean, shit. Well, Once Upon a Time in the West is 69.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
The 70s were terrible. Terrible.
Yeah.
They had like they're trying to do the old way, but they want to do a new way, and it's just kind of a weird in between. And I don't like the 70s.
Well, Outlaw Josie Wells was 70s, right?
It was.
That was a decent one.
It was.
Was High Plains Drifter 80s? I think it was.
High Plains Drifter was 83.
Yes.
Maybe-
And then The Beguiled was the 70s. That actually is an interesting Western.
I thought the guy was 68.
Oh, I had to double check that one. I swore it's 70s. It's got to be the 70s because Don Siegel did it with Clint. That was in their Dirty Harry days.
71. Okay.
Yeah, 71.
Barely.
Oh shit! Straw Dogs and Beguiled connection 71.
There you go.
Same year and equally strange.
After
Beguiled,
he did this,
you got to watch Beguiled. That one is really wacky.
he did Junior Bonner. Don't know what that is. And then he did two of his better ones, which is The Getaway.
Right.
Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia, which is highly regarded.
Yeah.
A movie I don't like, The Killer Elite.
I did see that one. It is a very strange movie.
I only saw the remake, to be fair.
Oh, the
remake fucking sucks.
Original one is just the original is quite interesting.
Yeah, I could imagine the better version is the original, but I watched the
Jimmy
remake.
Kahn
And I'm like,
says Jimmy Kahn said they were all on coke during the movie, so he doesn't remember most of it.
Yeah, it's 1975, of course.
Yeah, and Sam Peckinpah was too.
And they did Cross of Iron, Convoy, which is the trucker movie, the Osterman Weekend, which is not
a bad movie.
Just kind of stopped. We've done
Osterman Week. Well, I think he stopped because the drugs and the fucking booze got to him finally.
Yeah,
he was a fucking liability.
Osterman Weekend is
Osterman
great
Weekend
cast.
though.
Rutger Hauer, John
is a
Hurt,
pretty
Craig
good movie.
Nelson.
Yeah,
Dennis Hopper, Meg Foster.
It's not a bad movie. I need to rewatch that one again. I need to rewatch that one. That was actually a decent movie.
What a weird career for that guy. You think he would have more like hits under his belt, as considering how he's known amongst like film fanatics. Like Tarantino, Peckinpah's one of his favorite directors. And I don't get
booze and the drugs, man. The booze and the drugs. That he made a liability. Nobody wanted to deal with him. He was too much of a wild card for insurance to cover.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's pretty much ended his career.
But getting back to this movie, I don't see the Peckinpah in this movie because all of the violence is off screen. Like they'll cut and then you'll see it like the actor from the belly button up. And Dustin Hoffman's killing a guy below screen. You're like, why isn't this in the movie? Like for how regarded this movie is for being so violent, you don't see any violence in this fucking movie.
Well, again, it's 1971, and I think this is still him attacking people invading his home brutally, even though it's not graphic. It's still pretty I mean, for the time.
The Wild
I
Bunch
think
had way more violence than this. This is a
It
movie
did.
about violence.
Yeah. Well, it's about having your wife be brutalized, and that has nothing to do with the rest of the movie, which I found
Yeah.
completely. I was like, "What the fuck? That's crazy." But it
You
does
think
have the
it's crazy.
Peckinpah.
I thought it was bullshit.
I didn't think it was amazing. Saying like, "Oh, it was great." I was saying amazing. Like, what was that? Like, I was kind of shocked. Like, oh, so that's what that is. This whole. She basically is. I don't know. Okay, so I don't know if this movie is controversial because, like, if somebody watched it now, they'd be like, "This movie's not politically correct because they make her a tease. She's teasing the guys, and that's why they come in the gang rape her at the middle of the movie."
Oh,
And it's like because there's a scene where like Hoffman goes, "You gotta. Why don't you just wear a bra? You don't wear a bra wherever
Yeah.
you go." She goes, "I'm not going to. I don't like to wear a bra."
we're building our house. Just wear the bra.
I hate Dustin Hoffman, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
I hate Dustin Hoffman.
I'm
And
with you.
I did like the fact of that one scene where he goes, "Nope, they're not coming in here. I'm stopping them. This is my house. I'm not letting them in. I'm not doing it." He puts his
What?
glass up. "I'm not doing it."
It's almost just short of 2 decades before he did his autistic character,
Yes.
and he sounds the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God! You know what? I just made the connection. What if Rain Man is technically a sequel to Straw Dogs because he lost his mind at the end of this movie?
I'll be honest with
and that's
you,
why he's
that
all
fits
autistic.
perfectly because it's the same character. Like you could track that like from one to the other.
Yeah, interesting. And then he became Captain Hook in the middle of it.
Just
After,
he had a lost weekend where he became Captain.
yeah, and he married Shmi.
Oh God, I love Shmi.
He's
Shmi is
great.
the only character in Hook I like.
Well, according to I just read this article with Bob Hoskins, this little clip. He said
He's
I
fucking
was
incredible.
making the movie. I mean Spielberg, walking on the film, and I realized Dustin Hoffman and I had the same exact idea at the same time, this epiphany moment, and we said they're a gay couple. They're a gay couple, and it made so much sense, and that's how we played it, and it actually works in the movie. And we went to Steven with that, and Steven said, "This is a kids' movie. You can't be a gay couple." And so they said, "Okay, fine, we won't do that." But we secretly did that. That's how we acted. That's how we did.
I'll be honest, Dustin Hoffman didn't play it that way, but Bob Hoskins clearly did.
Oh, absolutely.
Hoskins, he has some looks to Hoffman off screen, like off camera.
Yeah.
That now that I hear that, I completely can see that with Hoskins.
It's pretty funny.
Hoskins is very similar to Oliver Reed.
Yes.
He's our American Oliver Reed, where he just was such a fucking drunk on set.
Well, he's British. He's not.
Oh, he's British.
American. Oh, Bob Hoskins is 100%.
Oh, my
Brit.
apologies, Bob Hoskins. In his
no, he's 100% Brit. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's why Tracy Ullman always gave him shit for his accents in every American movie he did because it sounded like a 1930s movie accent.
Oh, he does like an Italian kind of Bruno Kirby thing.
It's very gangster-esque. It's very like, "Hey, how you doing? What do you mean? What do you know? What do you see? What do you mean?" It's kind of like that.
I can see that now. Now that I honestly did.
Roger Rabbit.
I don't know a whole lot about Bob Hoskins, but yeah, I can see that he's British.
Yeah, he's British. Yeah. He's got a movie. I want to see his earlier stuff in the 80s. I haven't seen it yet. He did a movie I think called Ash Wednesday or Black Friday where he's a gangster.
Sounds like a Robert Altman movie or a Robert
Altman. You're probably not wrong.
No, Ash went. What's that director? We did like 3 movies in a row.
Burns.
No, Robert. He just died. Pink Floyd, The Wall.
Roger.
God damn it! Why am I blanking on his name?
Roger Corman. Roger Corman.
No, Pink Floyd, The Wall. Then we also did another movie of his.
Roger. Not Roger Waters because it's the other guy.
It's a director I like. And that's
Roger.
Roger
Avery?
Alan Parker. Alan Parker. Sounds like an Alan Parker movie.
Alan Parker. Right. Alan Parker, not Roger. Yeah, Alan Parker. Did Alan Parker do Ash Wednesday?
That's what I'm curious about. I'm looking right now.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. It's a British film. If it's called Ash Wednesday, I might be wrong.
Because we did Pink Floyd, The Wall, Angel Heart, and Mississippi Burning all in a row.
Yes.
And goddamn, all 3 of them are fucking fantastic.
Yes, they are.
And then The Road to Wellville, we're not going to do. We
Well,
are
I'm not
doing
gonna talk about
Birdie
that.
soon, eventually.
Eventually, yeah, that's a Nick Cage
Birdie's
cast.
good.
Yeah, no,
But
I'm excited. I want to see some
yeah,
early Cage.
no, you don't need to get like disgruntled for watching Birdie. That's a good movie.
No, I'm sure it's good. Yeah, I want to see that
Midnight
one.
Express is one of his movies that I want to watch the most.
Yeah, I need to watch that
And
one
then
too. I know it's a
Bugsy
tough
Malone.
watch. I've seen Bugsy Malone.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Bugsy Malone's a fun movie. It's
Yeah.
it's a kids friendly movie, obviously, but
The Commitments.
I've seen pieces of it. It's Commitments is pretty good.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. That he did Angel's Ashes. That's why he came to mind when it.
Right. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay,
we're
that makes
way the fuck off topic. Straw Dog.
Sorry. So
No,
yeah,
it's both of us.
and that's all. So yeah, Straw Dogs. That pretty much is it. So
He
we can
kills
get a
them
hell and
all.
high water, and he
And
kills
then-
them all.
The wife kills the last guy, and he goes, "All right, bye," and leaves.
Yes.
And you're
Well,
like,
do we have to mention Chekhov's bear trap?
on the fucking wall
It's
of
an
all the
antique.
places.
It's
It's
a
on a
giant
wall.
bear trap. I bought this giant bear trap. Do you think it's going to come into play later? I don't know. Let's put it on the wall. My wife buys that shit.
If I could name this episode something other than what it is, it would be Chekhov's bear trap. Because
There
here
you
it
go.
comes.
Chekhov's bear trap.
No, you're completely right. Because they set it up, and then fucking hour 40 goes by, and then sorry, I can't with
It's
music.
so loud.
This movie fucking I don't like this movie. I just don't like it. I'm sorry. I tried.
Yeah, it's different.
Here it is.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't
They
like
already
it.
knocked it off the wall.
Yes.
Ah! All right.
Yeah, it's interesting. No, yeah, Straw Dogs was not what I thought it was going to be, and I'm glad I finally watched it. I never have to watch it again.
Well, I suppose I should mention at this point, I did see the Rod Lurie remake
Right? Is it similar?
a fucking decade ago or whenever that came out.
Yeah.
2011, so a decade and a half ago almost. It's a much better movie,
Oh,
and I can't believe I'm saying that.
wow.
But it has the cast is just way better, like light
Right.
years beyond. Alexander Skarsgård plays the bad guy.
Right.
You know, he plays the rapist guy, and you believe it because he's him. And you're like,
He's so handsome.
that dude's fucking handsome.
He could rape
James
me.
Marsden is the Dustin Hoffman role.
Right, yeah. Is it
what's
Michael Ironside in that movie too? Isn't he the dad character then?
I'm trying to. It's been 15 years or
Yeah.
whatever.
I
But
feel like Michael Ironside was in that movie.
let me look it up. I think he was. That sounds right.
And he must have been the dad of the girl.
I have it right
Is
here.
it-
So
Yeah.
70, 80, 90. So it's 40 years. It was made 40 years after the remake or the original. Kate
Wow.
Bosworth, James Woods plays the bartender guy. Dominic Purcell from TV's Prison Escape thing.
Blade Trinity, please.
Sure.
I
Walton
think
Goggins is in it.
Oh shit!
That's
Okay,
what I'm
all
saying.
right.
It's got a much better cast than the
Wow,
original.
interesting.
But Alexander Skarsgård makes that movie.
Mm.
Because I'm watching that, and I'm like, fuck Kate Bosworth. I'd fuck him at this point. Go ahead.
Come to
And
me.
you're married to
come
James
me,
Marsden. That says a lot. And like both of those guys
Come to me,
fucking-
Skarsgård.
become a goddamn Chinese finger trap with those two
Oh
dudes.
man,
Just fuck them
big
both.
time.
And you can't go wrong.
But all angles, all holes.
Yeah, until James Woods shows up to rape her.
Hey, he don't rape nobody. He ain't no Jeffrey Jones.
No, but it is okay. Here we go. You see the two of these guys, and you realize they're both handsome, but one clearly has dominance over the other.
Yeah.
Here's the two of them.
Yeah,
Come
that's-
on,
My God. My God.
James Marsden's eyes alone are enough to fuck. But look at Skarsgård there. Come on, you got to go with
Skar-
him.
Skarsgård's gonna touch his hand. He goes, I've never been with a man before. Well, you're
Oh,
about to
So I watched that.
strike
So
while-
I knew what the story was and how
Okay, yeah, because
it was.
I have not seen the remake. Yeah,
and the only reason I watched the remakes because I'm like that original is gonna be rough, and I like you hate Dustin Hoffman.
yeah.
I'm glad we both have that in common.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about him. He just seems like a fucking prick, and every character he plays, I fucking hate.
Don't ever watch I Heart Huckabees. David O. Russell nightmare fuel
Dick,
movie.
we saw that in the theater with 11 people. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah,
We
Oh,
were
you
we were
there?
in the second row because
Yeah.
that's where we got stuck because Remco bought tickets.
Right.
We got
Yes.
seats in the second row, and
Ugh.
out of the 11 of us, we're not all American. It was a very diverse group. You know, we
Yeah.
got Brazilian, we got a fucking Italian kid, we got a Mexican, we got, and then out of the 11, we're like, the fuck, that movie sucked. Remco's like,
Yeah.
we're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That
My
movie is
European
terrible.
sensibility.
Oh my god, I hated that movie.
Oh, it was bad. I haven't watched it since, but I
I
have
was
watched
just gonna say that.
the outtakes though are amazing. When David Russell
Lily
goes
Tomlin.
crazy. Oh, you're fucking your movie. You're fucking your movie. And then Naomi Watts kind of laughs and she goes, "Oh, fuck you too." And then Naomi Watts goes, "No, Lily."
Yeah.
Oh God, it's funny shit. And then Dustin Hoffman's just sitting in the corner going, "Yeah, you're right. No, I'm sorry. No, absolutely no." It's just like he can't respond to David Russell's exploding temper.
I knew I hated David O. Russell when George Clooney stood up to him.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
don't fucking talk to your people like that. And David O. Russell folded like a house of cards.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, David O. Russell, shut the fuck up. I'm like, George Clooney's not even that intimidating. But you know you're wrong when and that guy,
Yeah.
he seems to get along with everyone, is like, shut the fuck up. I'm not working with you again after this. And he stuck with it.
I guess Mark Wahlberg, he owes his fucking career to Mark Wahlberg.
David O. Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because Mark
he's
Wahlberg
stuck
got
around
him
for
the
I
fighter. Well,
Heart.
he was done, and then the fighter. He did the fighter for him. He did I Heart Huckabees for him. He did just a bunch of stuff. And Mark Wahlberg was like, "No, I want Russell. I want Russell to do it." So shit, Russell owes his fucking livelihood to
And
Mark
then
Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg moved on, so he's like, "Oh, I guess I'll grab Bradley Cooper
and Christian Bale and Jennifer Lawrence to make that Mop movie."
God, the man's movies fucking suck.
I know that he rewrites all of his scripts, and I remember that when American Hustle came out, because I hated American Hustle, thought that movie sucked. And I guess the
I felt
original,
like everyone's doing adult dress up in that movie.
yeah, it's
I
annoying.
hated that movie. Except I didn't hate it in the way that I hate some movie. I'm like, this is a good movie ruined something. I can never quite put my finger on it.
It's the David O. Russell effect.
Yeah. But Three Kings is one of my favorite movies.
Right.
And then beyond that, fuck that guy.
Well, I guess David O. Russell, his thing is any movie he directs, he has to rewrite the script. So I guess American Hustle, the original writers for that were like, well, the original script was a lot better than the movie. And then they said the same thing about Joy, the Mop movie. He rewrote that. And the original writer was like, well, it's not the script that I wrote, but I got paid, so I can't really complain.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, shit. I mean, they own it. They can do whatever they want, but she's like, fuck. But the funniest bit, though, and you know what? We should probably look this up and maybe put on here. The I Heart Huckabees bit where David O. Russell is screaming, and it gets to the point where like you hear him move across the screen, and then he comes out through the back door of the set. He's still yelling when he throws the script. He throws it, and then
on the table.
And you hear him walk around the set, and he opens the door, and he's still yelling. It's like a fucking Kramer bit. It's so funny
because what he did was he left the set door, but he went around and it's a flywall.
Yeah,
so he just walks in through the side. And Lily Tomlin's like,
and he opens the door again, and he's still yelling. It's hilarious.
Oh my god, it is.
It's some of the greatest outtakes of all time.
It's I would say the best outtake of all time.
Well, I think a lot of people have homaged it because they do fake burnouts or whatever it's called, exploding set thing.
Can you hear this?
Stuff. See, it's hard.
Yeah.
Harder.
Okay. So David, this is Jason
Schwartzman. Yeah.
Schwartzman, Lily Tomlin, and I can't tell who that is at this.
Is that Hoffman?
Is that Hoffman?
That might be Dustin Hoffman.
Actually, you're picking it up from the damn.
This is the worst version of this I've ever seen. Let me find a better version. This is terrible.
It's so funny though when he just him yelling and he walks through the door onto the set. It's so fucking funny, and he's just going crazy. And everybody has done that since in Hollywood. I think Dennis Quaid did a bit like that on a movie. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
He has
yeah.
an exploding incident, and it's all fake.
I will
And-
say this though: the Dennis Quaid one was so believable that I was
Yes.
like, "Oh, wait, this."
I thought it was real too, and then I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh wait, no, it
We
was a
discussed
joke."
it before. Yeah,
Yeah, he even
it
talked
was-
to me. He goes, no, that was all a joke. I'm not like that in real life. I'm not.
Yeah,
mean."
that's what it was like. This is
Yeah.
so out of character for him.
Yeah, I thought he was a good guy.
That's the best version I could find, Dick.
That's fine. Just play because it's just funny. It's just, oh,
That's
it's
all I
just, it's
could
worth
find. Holy shit.
revisiting.
Okay, let's play it. Here it comes. What is it?
I spent 6 months writing this fucking thing, and you're
Too much
fucking it up.
Okay.
You were planning.
All right, take a beat and preset it.
You can put the fucking thing down. You can put the folder down for a second
Well,
to use both hands.
Yeah, and take your legs off the
I don't
desk
see
and a
the
whole bunch
law
of other
cinema
stuff.
that says you gotta keep it, you can take your legs down.
We
too.
can find
Okay, for Christ's sake, let's just take it one fucking line at a time instead of changing everything it's very difficult to even create what you're gonna do when it's constant a barrage of change this, do this. No, wait, do it a different way. Don't get me started. Okay, so
And this is always how these clips go, where the actor seems like the asshole.
Right.
But then you look at the history of the director, and you're like, oh yeah, Lily Tomlin doesn't have like a history of being difficult to work
No.
with.
No, she just got pushed to the limits on this movie.
David O. Russell has a history of punching George Clooney.
Yeah, or trying to.
I'm just saying, let's just, it's impossible. One actor's doing one thing, another actor's doing another, and I'm not as brilliant as you. I can't keep up with you.
No, but we're being very patient.
We're being very efficient.
Be patient with you. So you can
Let's
try to-
rehearse.
You're
please.
being impatient.
No, I said patient.
I feel so bad for these guys.
Yeah.
They're just like, I'm so sorry. I have to do this. Here's some changes to the script. It's down here.
Let's rehearse.
I couldn't understand you. No, it's not the first time.
Here it is.
Fuck you! I'm just trying to fucking help you. Do you understand me?
No,
I'm being a fucking collaborator. I'm just trying to help you figure out
You're
the fucking thing. Hey, bitch, I'm not here to be fucking yelled at. I worked on this fucking thing for 3 fucking years, not to have some fucking cunt yell at me in front of the fucking crew when I'm trying to fucking help you, bitch. Figure it out yourself.
Look at Schwartzman.
Yeah, he's just like, oh shit.
I don't know. Personally, I would be in this guy's fucking face. I don't give a shit.
But here's the best part.
Yeah.
That door is a big part of this whole thing. This door is
'Cause-
amazing.
The wall clearly ends right here.
Yes.
It's nothing, and he takes extra steps.
It's so great.
Yeah, fuck yourself.
Good. Why don't you fuck your whole movie?
For you.
Why don't you fuck your whole movie? Because that's what you're doing.
Shut up,
threw
You
bitch.
gotta
shit.
get some
You're
insurance
fucking
against the
one woman
director.
show there.
Schwartzman is just reading the script.
Here, he's walking around the set right now.
Okay, comes in through the side.
He comes in the door like Kramer.
You're not a baby. You're a fucking grown up. I'm here to fucking help you. That's all I was doing, was trying to help figure out anything. You don't have to yell. You can talk to me. You don't have to yell. You can talk to me. Am I yelling? Do I not fucking yell at you before right now?
Oh fuck! Schwartzman kind of pisses me off here.
Oh man.
Oh,
You said
I never fucking yelled at you. You fucking said it.
that's the yelling standard for the whole.
All right.
That's just
Anyway,
some of the it's the greatest behind the scene.
it's the
footage of
best.
Anything. It's
'Cause
amazing.
it comes in through the door that the
Oh.
actors are supposed. It's not a real door.
It's not even a real set. It's a fucking set.
There's
and it's-
nothing
oh, God.
behind that. He had no reason to go
Oh.
around there other than just pure rage. That's what's so funny about it.
But you notice that when he threw that shit off the desk, it hit the guy in the
Yeah.
corner. He gets nailed.
And he
with
walks
some-
out the
some
door.
fine-
He's like,
Oh
"I'm
man, it's so fucking funny. Oh god, it's
But,
just,
like-
it's the greatest thing ever.
So directors like that, why the holy fuck does he keep getting movies made? Because Troy, what's his name, the Boondock
Duffy.
Saints guy,
Yeah, Troy
Troy
Duffy.
Duffy, had an outrage, and everyone's like, he's never working again. I'm like, how the fuck is David O. Russell working constantly?
Because David O. Russell made money. His movies were hits. Now this one wasn't, but The Fighter was a hit. Three Kings was a hit. American Hustle made a bunch of money, and then
American
after
Hustle-
that, though, all the movies up to a point. I think Joy was the one that broke him because he hasn't worked since. He hasn't done anything since Joy.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. He doesn't really do anything now. I know he directs commercials, so he does Kentucky Fried Chicken commercials. I
Yeah,
know
because
that for a
that's
fact.
the Colonel won't put up with his shit.
Well, that's all he's going to do is make commercials. But still, he'll make $1 million a commercial, so he's making tons of money. So he hasn't learned anything. He hasn't suffered for his art.
Oh, he did Joy, then he did a short, then he did Amsterdam. I forgot about that movie.
Amsterdam's terrible. That was a bomb. That pretty much, I think, cemented his death. But didn't he also do Nailed, the movie that never came out, the Chuck Palahniuk movie?
That wasn't a Chuck Palahniuk movie.
That was a story based on Chuck Palahniuk
No,
story.
no.
Nailed. Was it not?
That wasn't Chuck. No, that
Oh,
was
okay.
Accidental Love. It came out.
Yeah, but it was Jake. I think Jake Gyllenhaal was in, and
Yeah.
Jennifer Beal or Jessica Biel was in that movie.
That was Kristen Gore, the novel.
Mm.
No, oh, James Marsden was in that fucking movie.
Wow.
They're full circle. We're back to the remake.
There you go. We're back, and now
Let
we're
me-
back to.
We need to finish
High Water.
Straw Dogs because I would say
Yeah,
the remake is far superior because it's more.
Wow.
I relate more to the characters. Everyone in the
Right.
original one, I fucking wanted to get raped and killed. I didn't care. They're all assholes. Dustin Hoffman is insufferable. The wife doesn't give a shit, so fuck her. I
Right.
don't fuck her unwillingly. I don't care, and then abuse her corpse. I don't care. I was so mad at everyone. I fast forwarded through a lot of it
It's fine.
because turns out Dick have seen this movie. I've seen this movie before.
Oh,
After I watched the original, the remake, I was like, oh, I watched the original. Completely forgot because it is such a forgettable
Wow.
movie. I fucking hate. I hate this
Wow.
movie.
wow.
I hate Straw Dogs because of the story.
Right.
I appreciate the bold attempt that Peckinpah was going for, but it fucking sucks. This movie sucks.
Yeah.
I know you. It sounds more like. Just let me know if I'm incorrect here. It sounds more like you're on the side of I appreciate the story because it's not told thoroughly. It's not like this leads to this leads to this.
No, I just say I just was taken by surprise by it. I don't think it made me
Okay.
like it or dislike it more.
I was
I
just
was like,
wanna
oh,
make
okay,
sure.
that's what this is. No, yeah. I thought it was fine. I didn't love it or hate it. It was just kind of like, oh wow, this is the awkward sex scene and nudity part was like, oh, that's off-putting, but okay, whatever.
It was unnecessary.
Unnecessary, but it was like, yeah. And then toward she's dealing with that PTSD, and then all of a sudden it turns into a home invasion, Home Alone movie.
Yeah. Do you
I was like,
remember
what?
Do you remember the movie Irreversible we watched?
Yeah. Same idea.
That is the exact same
Yeah.
thing told backward.
Right. Yeah.
Well, but at least I'll give that movie this credit. That one is because like the reason he's seeking vengeance and going through the rest of the shit in the movie is because of what happened.
right. Yeah.
But in this one, it's like all unrelated.
Right.
So I don't give a shit. Why?
Yeah. He just snaps at the end. It's like, that's it. He's pushing
I-
the limit.
I don't care what the character does if it's not motivated by anything.
Right.
It's like Peckinpah's point was this guy has violence hidden in him. He just doesn't know it.
Right.
And I
yeah.
appreciate that as a painting, as
Right.
a still photo,
Yeah.
but as a movie, I need his motivation to come from the previous scenes I've watched. That's
Yeah.
that's just how I feel about movies.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
need that
yeah.
to lead to this, and this leads to that. This one is like-
you need a through line.
The guy fucking has no idea his wife was raped, and he's like, "Oh, I need to protect this guy. Why? Because I need to protect
Right.
violence. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm violent."
There's no
Fuck you.
motivation. There's no motivation
Yes.
for him to do anything.
So I was more pissed off during this movie than I was during Star Slammer or Terminator 2.
No, very good.
I fucking hate this movie. I'll say that. And now I had to sit
But
through it
it's
again.
so-
Forgetting I hate it so much I forgot I watched it.
That's fine.
That
but
on that.
that leads us that leads us into our next movie, where the movie has a motive and has a through line because it's planned out. Hell or High Water, Taylor Sheridan script with
Yes.
the great, handsome Chris Pine and Ben Foster and wonderful Jeff Bridges, who talks like this in every movie now that he does.
Ever since he did the Coen Brothers
True Grit.
remake, True Grit,
Yeah.
he has
He's-
talked like that apparently.
That's no Crazy Heart. I said Crazy Heart is. I'll never stop talking like Crazy.
I got an
Heart.
Oscar for Crazy Heart, so I'll
That's how I'm gonna do it. Starman didn't do it.
French
Crazy
fry
Heart did.
potatoes, only not retarded.
I'm gonna talk like that in a Neutron movie too. I want to talk like that for no reason.
It's Jeff Bridges. I've become less and less excited when I see him, and I don't want to say it's not his fault, but it's 100% his fault.
Well, he
Because-
almost died, so I'll give him that.
Okay, great.
He almost.
you
he
want me
almost
to
died
do
of
about that?
cancer. So yeah, he's lucky to be alive. And I mean, I like him in this movie. He's good in this movie. Oh wow, is that the air conditioner on? Oh, turn all the lights off. Get cool in there.
By the way,
Wow, look at that.
turned it on to I did my research. Boom, boom.
Wow.
Sorry, I've been meaning to pull that out for a while. It was a
Wow.
cool spot.
I bet you if you turn those lights off, it'd be a lot cooler.
No, the lights are very, very minimal.
Is it?
Oh, fun.
Man.
It's 11 o'clock at night here, Dick. The temperature
Ouch.
has increased
It's 102 degrees in your garage, your garage.
in my car hole.
garage.
My car hole.
In your oh, garage. What do you call it? A car hold.
I will say this. I've told my wife 1,000 Simpsons jokes, as you can imagine. The only one she ever laughed at was the car hole joke.
Wow.
Mo- The poker night with Mo. The car hole. and the stolen jeans with Lenny.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
That's the only joke she's ever laughed at.
There's this counterfeit gene or in my car hole.
Oh my god, they're comfortable, right? And the Lou. Oh, I don't see
Yeah.
anything going.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hell or High
High
Water.
Water. Taylor Sheridan, I think it's his first script that got made.
I don't know. But
Now he writes everything.
I will say this. I was seduced. Let me
By
wipe
Taylor
off my
Sheridan.
100-degree sweat. I was seduced by Yellowstone.
Okay.
I was not a willing participant. My mother-in-law started watching it. I'm like, I fucking hate cowboys. I hate cowboy hats. I hate the ranch. I hate all that shit. It's been on record for 15 years now.
Oh yeah.
100 Things That Burn in Hell, my book. I've hated cowboys. I just don't get it. And then I'm watching Yellowstone. And I'm like, this is pretty fucking good because I like Kevin Costner. And I'm like, no, what about that guy? And I'm like, oh fuck, I'm in. Like it's one of those you're watching and like, god damn it, I'm in. See, me and my wife watched it all the way through several times now.
Really? Multiple
Oh, yeah.
times.
No, it's not,
Wow.
and it always it's like a new special edition. We're gonna do Yellowstone marathon. I'm like, the motherfucking show's always on a marathon. What are you talking about special?
Oh wow.
It doesn't stop looping on Paramount,
Wait.
the channel.
Well, your mom watched it too, right? Because she knew what
She
was going
does.
on when
Yeah.
she was watching it. Yeah.
My mom does. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Well, she watched that, and we also watched. Remember that terrible? The only reason we watched it show. Oh my god, Big Sky that I told you about with Ryan Phillippe, where he gets killed
Right.
in the
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
episode.
Yes. Yes.
And that was that got me kind of like in the mindset to watch Yellowstone.
Okay.
And then I was like, because it's also in Montana. And so then when Yellowstone I'm watching, I'm like, okay, fine, I'll watch it. I liked Big Sky season 1. Here we go. And then Big Sky season 2 and 3 fucking suck. But the rest of Yellowstone is good. It's a very good show. And I want every main character on the show to die. It's just like how I feel when I watch Game of Thrones, or I started watching
Right.
House of Dragons now. I watched that all.
I haven't
I'm
seen
up
that
to
one.
date on that, and I like it better than Game of
Wow.
Thrones. I'm probably the only one.
No, I think a lot of people like this show.
More than Game of Thrones.
Well, Game of Thrones, you forget had the last 2 years that went to shit, and everybody hated it.
I
So
like
they
it
started
better
hate
than
watching it.
prime Game of Thrones.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's saying
no,
something
that
right there.
for me. I'm alone here, but Yellowstone's great. It's a good, very good writing. It made me care about the cowboy way of life, which I did not think was possible.
which is so funny because it's not even American; it's a Spanish thing. The
And then I-
Spaniards,
yeah,
run
and
cowboys.
then I'm
the
watching
United States.
this show or this movie, knowing who he is now, and I'm watching it. I'm like, all right, Taylor Sheridan wrote this, and then it like the movie's great, and so all these bank robberies, and I just want to get to one scene, and then we'll talk about the movie
Yeah.
as a whole. It gets to the scene where they're driving. Jeff Bridges is driving with his partner, who's also from Yellowstone. His partner, he's a big part of Yellowstone.
I think he's a Taylor Sheridan guy because he's in a
Yeah,
lot
he
of
is.
Taylor Sheridan stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
I'm glad to see him get work because I like him a lot. I'm glad he's working in Yellowstone.
I wish he didn't get his head blown the fuck off, but yeah,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You gotta
Gil
have him.
Birmingham.
He's good. Yeah, I
He's
like him.
he's the Indian casino owner in all the seasons actually. He's in every single season.
Right.
He is fantastic in that show, and he's great in this too. But anyway, they pull apart. They come upon a fire going across the plains, and they're driving through it. And Taylor Sheridan rides out on his horse, and you're like, "Hey, what's going on?" And Jeff Bridges in his voice, and he's like, "We got a fire coming out, and we're gonna stop it, and we're gonna do our best." And Jeff Bridges is like, "Godspeed, you American hero,
Yeah.
you cowboys, you ranchers of ranchers, you writers of scripts. Godspeed." And it was like, "Oh my God, Taylor Sheridan, stop blowing yourself."
I love me.
But then that scene ended and you don't see him again. And I was like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the fuck was that? That
Yeah,
one
well,
scene stuck out so hard because I know who he is.
Well, also it's part and parcel with the movie. It's kind of the theme of the movie where he goes, "I don't. You think my sons are going to want to do this shit? I'm too. Basically, my sons are going to take my name and take my rightful place after this. They don't want nothing to do with the ranch and moving the cattle's out because the fire's coming." But no, Hell or High Rider. I saw this movie before and I rewatched it for free on YouTube. It was free on YouTube. Hell or High Water.
Why was that?
I don't know. And they say you have to have ads. I don't ever get ads watching movies on YouTube. So weird.
Do you have an
I'll
ad
get
block? I have an
1,000
ad blocker, so I don't
No.
get it.
I'll get 1,000 ads for a 30-minute short that I gotta watch. I get no commercials in the movie at all. I'm kind of amazed by that. And they tell you there's free with ads, but I never see any ads on them. It's so weird. I'm glad they don't because I enjoy it when there's no ads. It's much better.
Oh, definitely. Especially Star Slammer.
Oh fuck! But no, this movie is. I do like this movie a lot. It was nominated for best screenplay when it first came out. I know
Didn't
that
win?
didn't win, but was nominated.
What won
Uh,
in 2016? over this?
2016. I'm sure something stupid.
Moonlight. I don't know how fucking long ago that was.
Oh my god, Moonlight won. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Dick! Holy shit! I've been meaning to bring this up since February.
Uh-oh.
I still do not know who won Best Picture, Best Director, anything from the Oscars. I have not ever looked into it. I have no idea
From last year?
from this year.
Well, okay, from
Back in
2020.
February.
Right. Well,
I have
Oppenheimer.
no idea.
Oppenheimer won.
Did it?
Yeah. And
Oh, good for it.
Nolan won Best Actor or Best Director. Cillian Murphy won Best Director. Robert Downey Jr. won Best Supporting Actor. So they all got they all got their awards finally.
Good.
That was cool.
Why didn't
No.
I hear about this? Just offhand.
I forgot about it until
You are
mentioned it.
no, not even just you. Like I didn't see a word about this.
Yeah, no, it kind of just came
I've been
around.
curious how long I could go without knowing this information.
Yeah.
And it turns out if I don't bring it up, I won't know.
No, because nobody cares.
Nobody cared.
Nobody cares, especially now. And
But
those are
I'm
the
glad
big-
that Oppenheimer won. That's actually cool.
Oh yeah, no, it won. I think yeah, it won best editing, best sound, best. It won a lot. It won a bunch of awards.
You could be fucking with me right now. I have no idea.
No. It was yeah. Oppenheimer did very well.
Who won Best Actress? Was it Emma
Best actress
Stone?
was Emma Stone. That's right. Emma Stone for that movie where she plays a retard.
See, I just knew that by just
Yeah, and
osmosis.
she's naked.
Yeah.
She's naked through the whole
and
movie.
their
She's
terrible
gross.
titties are there, and
Oh, they're awful. Chewed up nipples. Terrible. Really sad.
yeah.
Just gross.
So
So
okay,
you had not seen this. You had not seen this movie before.
no. Thank you for bringing me back. No,
Yes.
I was always told it's right up my alley. You'll love
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Like from people. This is same thing with Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. random people that know I like movies will be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
dude, check this out." And I'd be like, "I haven't talked to you in 15 years." Like
Right.
people from high school were like, "Check out Hell or High Water,"
Right.
and I'm like, "Okay." And I just for honestly no real reason, it just slipped by my radar for so long. But yeah, fucking love this movie. I didn't
Yeah, it's
love it as
great.
much as I was expecting to based on the
Yeah.
recommendations. Just like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Right.
Where I'm like, that's a fucking good movie though. Like
Yeah, it's solid. It's a solid movie.
I give them both 7s.
Yeah.
This one though, I like this a little bit more than Kiss Kiss Bang Bang,
Right.
and it comes from 2 unexpected places. Because I have a man crush on Chris Pine, but
Oh, who doesn't?
he takes a 3rd seat in this movie because this is Ben Foster and Jeff Bridges' movie.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Those 2 are just fucking fantastic. And it
Yeah.
felt like it was written on purpose where they both have the funniest lines
Right. Yeah.
and they're both the 2 that duel at the end. I feel like that was on
Yeah,
purpose.
yeah.
Like Taylor Sheridan is a smart dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's got to be on purpose because
I'm sure of it. Yeah.
Gil Birmingham and Chris Pine are kind of just there,
There. Yeah.
and they don't really have a whole lot. They have influence on the plot, but they don't have a whole lot of like lines that are just. I'm like, those are great lines. They're just there. They're side characters to handle those 2 characters I mentioned. So and then I don't know. It felt like very like these are the 2 guys, and then these 2 guys.
Right.
Gil Birmingham versus Chris Pine, and then Jeff Bridges
Yeah.
versus. And that's I don't know. That was a perfect way to do it because everything in this movie was fucking great.
Yeah.
I honestly expected less action in the end, and I would have been satisfied with that. But I was like, oh, there's a lot of big shootout that happens with a bunch of cars and like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that was all unexpected because I was like, they're going quiet here with everything, and they're just gonna ride out. And I think the best compliment I can give it is it reminded me of one of my favorite movies, which is Way of the Gun,
Mm-hmm.
which is a very quiet movie about bandits and then blah blah blah, and then not really cops, but they have the Nicky Cats and what's his
Right.
name, and
T
then
Diggs.
Tay Diggs, and there's the shootouts,
Yeah.
and this reminded me a lot of that. And it's all really subtle. There's one character that's just a fuck around, like the Ben Foster and Benicio del Toro, just fucking around with the other person, their partner. It reminded me a lot of it, honestly, and I mean that as a compliment because that's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
I like that way more than any human should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will guarantee I'm the biggest fan of The Way of the Gun in the world
Oh, absolutely. I think so. Yeah.
because it's in my
fuck.
top 5.
Got that fucking cunt's mouth when fuck started ahead.
Who the fuck started
Ah,
ahead to Sarah Silverman?
And then the cat's back on. Ha ha! Still one of the best openings ever in a movie.
All to in the great behind the scenes writing of that line is it's Sarah Silverman that he's talking about. While the
Right, yeah.
director was married to Sarah Silverman's sister.
Yeah.
What a fucking weird story.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I think her name is like Amy or something. Amy Silverman. He was married to her, and he's like, "Well, have your sister star in this scene. I'm gonna
Yeah.
fuck start her head." What a weird fucking. Oh my god, what a weird thing to do.
That's funny.
Bold. Now he's doing Tom Cruise only.
Wants some money. He's cashing in.
I love
check.
Macquarie, but I hate Tom Cruise. as a
I don't.
person.
Yeah, I don't have any kind of like or dislike of Tom Cruise. I like his movies,
I like his movies.
and that's it. Like I don't associate anything with him on any kind of level. Like I wouldn't care if he really did fall into a black hole. I wouldn't care.
Well, you know my hatred for Scientology. That becomes
course.
my, the crossover into Tom Cruise. So, but yeah, I like his movie. I can separate the actor from the movies.
Right.
Because you have to if you listen to any music before 1990. Because they're all fucking monsters.
They're all awful people.
Monsters.
Yeah.
And you have to at some
Yeah.
point. But
Ah,
Hell or High Water. I loved how simple the story was
yeah.
through 85% of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes he throws a lot at you at once when they meet their lawyer.
Right.
that lawyer sets up the rest of the movie very quickly. He has a tremendous amount of pressure. I don't think most people are going to realize that.
Right.
He's like, all right, now you're going to turn that check and you're going to set this up. You have to do it Thursday morning because Friday they're going to probably not be closed and they're going to fuck you over. So throw up Thursday. Sorry, you got to have the no, you know this stuff. The trust account has to be open with the bank. They manage it, so you have to open that with them. And I think it tracks more if you go with that branch. And one of my favorite lines of dialogue in the movie is like, Ben Foster's like, "Why are you doing this? Like, what worth is this for you?" He's like, "Oh, this risk is worth way more than the reward is. Like, I'm only getting a little bit of based off this." And he's like, "You're paying the bank with their own stolen funds, and if that isn't the most Texan thing I could think of, I don't know."
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, that is my favorite line in this entire movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, basically, like again, like the punk rock attitude. Like, I'm taking this and fuck you.
Yeah.
More than I get anything back, fuck you. And I love that attitude. I don't care if I get a dime back for this. Fuck you. He's like, they knew what they were doing to your mom. They fucked her over because they thought they'd get a quick turnaround on the profit and get this money back, sell the land and get nothing, sell it for a bunch of money, pay nothing for it. And he's like, fuck that. So this guy's willing to risk prison for that. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I love that attitude from a
Yeah.
character we just fucking met.
Right.
And that's why I think it was the best written scene in the entire movie. Because that scene was like, this is why I love this movie. Like this, oh my God. And that's when it becomes chaos from there. I thought I was going to turn the used cars because they're all driving their cars through the desert.
Yeah. Right. Lou's here. Lou's back. You just saw. There he is over there. He blows up. That's too fucking
weekend
high.
that Bernie's.
Yeah.
That's too fucking high.
But yeah, no, it's a good bank robbery movie, and it becomes a nice cat and mouse game because Jeff Bridges is figuring out what they're doing. He's like, they're gonna rob this bank. I'll be there for them when they do.
They're going to be in post.
They're gonna be posted here, and then they go have the T-bone steaks in Texas. What don't you want? The way.
By the way, right now your head is perfectly on his body. On
Yeah.
the back of the car.
Yeah, it is.
It's really fucking funny.
I got robbed bank.
Anyway, sorry. Yes,
I got robbed bank.
that
for my
waitress
kids.
had one of my other favorite lines where she's like, "What don't you want?" And he's like, "Well, I haven't seen a menu, but I guess I'll have a." She's like, "I've been working here for 45 years.
Yeah.
People come in, they get a T-bone steak, and they get either French fried potatoes or they get green beans or them. But while most is they tell me what they don't want. So what don't you want?"
Don't you want?
And they're both like, "I don't want green beans."
Yeah.
And she's like, "All right, so you want this?" And he's like, yeah. And then she leaves and he goes, "I'll tell you one thing. Sure as shit, this place is not getting robbed." Because that fucking lady, I was like, "Oh my God, I love this. I love that line." And that is such a Taylor Sheridan line because that stuff, weird, it's a very subtle, weird comedy that in Yellowstone as well.
Right. Yeah.
Where it's like not outwardly funny.
Well, I guess
It is humorous.
Kevin Costner's not coming back to Yellowstone. It's official. He said it today that he's
No,
not
they're
coming back.
ending the season. They're ending the last of the show and with him.
Right. Yeah. So I think he gets killed. I think they're gonna kill his character off.
Oh, the show's done, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Right. Yeah. I thought it was
hope
still
they-
on.
No, they're doing the last half of the 5th season.
Oh, okay.
It's been 2 years, Dick. That's how long it'll be before the first part of season 5 and the last part airs because of Kevin Costner and his goddamn
Wow.
divorce. Like he's like, I'm not
Jeez.
gonna do it because she's getting all the money. So why?
Yeah. Right. Ha. But
Hell or high water, Dick. Out of 10, what do you give it?
I gave it a solid 7.
7 for me.
Yeah, it's a solid movie. I like it a lot. Second time watching it, I enjoyed it a lot more because I was like, "Oh, hey, that's right. I forgot about this part." I love the scene where they face off at the end, where he goes, "You basically you can't prove anything," but he's like,
Yeah.
"Well, if you want to end me, come meet me at my Porsche. 'Cause I don't live here." This
And
isn't
the
where I
wife,
live.
ex-wife shows up, and for some reason she's still a bitch, even though he gave her everything.
Oh, I know. Yes, wonderful.
She's still a bitch.
But there's that great line where Ben Foster goes, they're talking about girls. He's like, well, you always like a crazy one. He goes, well, you always love them stiff up bitches. He goes, yeah, you're right about
I
that.
always want to blame someone. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably right. At the casino.
Yeah.
No, that
No,
was on the
he's
porch.
great.
That was on the porch. Sorry.
Well, I know because they're talking.
When did this scene happen here on screen? When did they carry duffel bags through a field? That did not happen.
That is a red box selling
Yes.
cover.
And that's the main poster that you see, and it
Yeah.
never fucking happened. And then Jeff Bridges looking over him like God above.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it never happened.
I want to find out where you are. I'm Jeff Bridges in this movie.
Jeff Bridges and Ben Foster are so goddamn funny in this movie.
Yeah.
At one point, Ben Foster runs off going, suck my D. And he's like, but come back here with the money. Don't spend it all in one place. And he goes, lick my A. And runs off.
Yeah.
For some reason, he censors himself. And God damn it, I was laughing so hard.
No, Ben Foster, I think Ben Foster is the most underrated actor probably in Hollywood. He's really good. He's
in my top 10.
Oh, no, he's great. Yeah, I love his
We
stuff.
talked
He's
about
always
this
good.
during the 30 Days
Yeah.
a Night review that we did. He's
Right,
in my top
yeah.
10.
Yeah, he's
I
great.
love Ben Foster, and this turns out his best movie.
Yeah, he's really good in it. It's a great movie.
God damn, he's good in this.
I
And
did
then
enjoy it. Yeah.
you know what it kind of reminded me of? His demise was the Jeremy, what's his name, scenes in The Town, where he's like, I want to make sure you get away, so I'm going to sacrifice myself. And that's exactly what Jeremy Renner does in The Town. Where he's like behind the mailbox, and he's got
Right, yeah, he got the soda.
Yeah, and he's like,
He drinks the soda.
and he's clearly gonna die, but he's like just trying to buy time for his brother to get away.
Yeah,
It's the exact same fucking scene.
Oh yeah.
But this one's great because he's like up on a ledge and he's shooting people, and he's like, just sets the rifle down. And he's like, all right, this is it. And he's like,
he goes, I'm king of the plains.
yeah,
I'm king of the plains. Gets shot in the
this
back of the head.
is all mine.
And then
King
he
of
gets
the
shot in the
plains.
back of the head by Jeff Bridges.
Where in the forehead?
I got you, some bitch. I got a shot in the head.
And now Jeff Bridges, his acting is fucking incredible after he shoots him because he like falls back and he's like,
Yeah.
crying
He's
slash
exhausted. Yeah, he's
exhausted.
exhausted. But lost his friend, but he's also happy that he got his vengeance on the friend. So it's a lot of mixed emotions there.
And that's the difference between like Jeff Bridges and Pacino and De Niro. Because I felt several emotions from Jeff Bridges right there.
Right, yeah.
It wasn't just paint by numbers like
Right.
it is with those two other guys where they're just like, I'm feeling sad now.
I'm sad.
Because I just want to play when he shoots him because his reaction is like to fall against the.
I just shot him. I'm going to hold his hand because they're sad. Like the movie Heat.
Right here. It's this exact moment because he just shot him in the head,
Yeah.
killed Ben Foster, and he's like both excited, like you said, like exhausted.
Yeah.
He's relieved. He's happy. This guy can't kill any more cops. It's just like 7 emotions in one, and you.
Right. And he's also sad he did it.
Yeah.
See, the hand wave. That was great.
And the other guy's like, yeah, you got him.
You had the dumb shit. I'll take care of it. No, this is sheriff's duty. You're not touching nothing.
Look at that.
Mine.
And Ben Foster just hunched over dead.
Just like
That's
the Last Survivor.
But like, you think of like other actors Jeff Bridges' age, they start phoning it in. But Jeff Bridges never did that. He's just a fucking great actor, and I love seeing him anytime. And he was like Lebowski up there with his jokes during the like.
Oh yeah, it was yeah. The two partners are so. I want to move with them. I want a prequel. Give me a prequel where they're solving cases together in Texas.
And Gil's gonna die. I forget his name.
Of course, yeah. Well, yeah.
He's like they're in the hotel room and he's like, turn off this religious crap. He's watching like Catholic guilt hour in the TV or whatever it's called, and Jeff Bridges is like, I don't care.
You burn in sage I'm Catholic, asshole.
He's like, but then he's like, they're in the bank robberies and makes a Indian joke. He's like, you know, I'm half Mexican. He goes, I'll get to that when I run out of Indian jokes.
Yeah.
But they're in the hotel and he's telling them that, and then
Yeah.
turns it off. And I'm like, God damn, like, oh my God, Jeff Bridges has so many funny lines in this movie. And they're not like outwardly funny. It's just the way he presents them
Right,
is,
yeah.
genuine.
Yeah.
It's the only voice he does other than True Grit.
Right,
in
yeah.
movies like with that voice where I feel like he's actually genuine, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
I was so worried when I heard his, well, I don't know, and I'm like, oh no, like the beginning of the movie.
I don't know, solve this brother's case.
But goddamn, he sold me by the end.
That's funny.
I would say Ben Foster, then Jeff Bridges, then anyone else. Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
And I love Chris Pine, but he doesn't matter in this movie, honestly.
But he's so handsome.
The man is top 10 handsome.
I mean, he's ridiculous.
So much so that every woman that meets him in the movie tries to fuck him.
Right, yeah.
The waitress, the hooker at the casino. His ex-wife, not so much.
Not so much. Even when she gets to the house at the end.
She gets a house.
She gets $50,000 a month from the oil company.
Oil.
She's set for life. And she doesn't even have the grace to let him come and put it in her butt.
No, not none of that. I mean, she does have that look of, I don't love him anymore, but he needs to come in the butt every once in a while. I get it. So maybe he still does. Plus, you know, you look at that guy and you're like, yeah, come on about all you want. I have that feeling. I get it.
Yeah.
No, but Chris Pine is also one of those guys that's like very underrated as an actual actor.
Right.
Like, because I always bring up Smoking Aces.
Right. Yeah.
God damn, he's good. And Narc.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stretch. Watch Stretch, the other Joe Carnahan movie he did with them.
I need to
holy
watch that one. I
fucking
keep
shit.
forgetting about that one. Yeah, I need to watch that.
Oh my God, we need to do that. You're not gonna love it as much as I do, I don't think. Just to, let you know, because it's not a great movie. It's not. But performance-wise, it's just a fun fucking movie with these crazy. Same thing with Filth with James McAvoy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Not a good movie, really.
Right. Yeah.
The performances and the weird ass plot make up for it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
It's not a movie where I'm like, you're gonna love. No, you're probably not. But if you're in the right mindset to enjoy the weird comedy with these characters, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell or High Water, I give a 7.2. So do you.
Yeah.
So it definitely beats out fucking Straw Dogs, which I gave a 5.2.
It beats it with a sniper hit from Ben Foster right between the eyes.
What do you give Straw Dogs?
I give it a 6.
I tried.
Just for Sam Peckinpah's legacy.
And see, and that's why I gave it a 5 instead of a 3.
Yeah, that's fine. That makes sense.
Because I liked Peckinpah, but I hate Straw Dogs.
Right.
It pissed me off, and it wasn't because I was offended because of the rape or the violence. I thought the violence was too fucking boring to justify its notoriety over the decades.
Right. Yeah.
It was, and I told you over text, I'm like, I Spit on Your Grave is a much better version of this movie.
Right. Yeah.
It's the I got raped, now I want vengeance that you want from a movie like that with the same storyline. This one is I got raped. Oh shit, my husband's doing something fucking weird with some other reason.
Right. Yeah.
I can't justify that. I just can't. Dick, we're ending here. I have my movie picked out for next week. Do you?
No.
God damn it. Come on, man.
But I think I did pick it out.
Stretch?
Yeah, I thought that was we'll do Stretch. Yeah, that's it. Finally watch Stretch. Let's do that.
I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna like it as much as I do. I'm just saying.
All right, it's fine. I'll watch it. I'll watch Stretch.
Okay. Just as long as you're not like he said
You
it was
gotta
gonna be
find
great.
it.
No, I said I think it's great.
This movie sucks.
It's one of those because I have a lot of those movies where I'm like,
Yeah.
I love this. 30 Days a Night, Way of the Gun. I love those. Stretch is in that. Stretch and Filth. Or I'm like, those are fucking amazing movies to me. No one else.
Yeah, nobody
Stretch is one
cares.
of them. You're probably going to be like, that was fine. So,
Well, I'm curious. Yeah, I like Joe Carnahan, so I'll give it a shot.
yeah.
I always forget about it. I think that's the problem. I always think, oh yeah, that movie with Plastic Wilson. He's in that too.
Yeah, I will say this: you will laugh at how Chris Pine enters the movie. He enters the scene in one of the most ridiculous ways I've ever seen. We're like, who the fuck is the? Oh, it's Chris Pine. It takes you a while
Yeah.
to realize it.
Ah,
he's got so much stuff going on.
yeah,
Just like he was hidden in Smoking Aces.
right. Yeah,
I didn't even realize that was him until like a decade later.
yeah,
And I was like, holy shit, Chris Pine is an amazing actor. I had no idea.
yeah.
All right, so we'll do it's your lead next week. So we'll do Stretch from 2014, I want to say, versus
that
I
sounds
chose Mars Attacks from 1996.
Wow. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's been on the website for
All
a
right.
while. I
Let's
want to
do
watch
it.
Mars Attacks. I want to see two comedies.
Have you not seen Mars Attacks before?
No, I've seen it several
Yeah,
times,
I was gonna say you've seen,
but
it.
it's
Okay.
been a decade.
been a
I'd say,
while.
since
It's been
I've
a
seen
while.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that one in theaters.
it's been a while.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I haven't
too.
seen it. I didn't see it in theaters, but I saw it on VHS. I think Stretch is 2014. I'm going to go ahead and write that down. I feel like we should start doing verses on this for no reason.
We could.
Do you want to change it from and to verses for no reason?
Sure, why not?
All right. So next week will be our first random movies that we haven't seen verses. Because
Shit.
that's what we end up doing anyway.
Right, yeah.
Because, I mean, we both chose a movie we didn't see this week, and mine definitely won. It's
yeah.
always going to be unfair. So
Right,
that's
yeah.
part of the rule. It's always
Right.
going to be unfair.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But
so-
I've seen both of these movies next week, and I know which one wins for me. But I'll give you a hint. It's not Stretch. Mars Attacks
shit.
is a better movie than Stretch.
Oh shit, that's saying something. So you gave up pork. The best
Just
line.
remember Michael J. Fox's head on a dog.
Yeah, go Michael J. Fox. Oh shit. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That sounds fun. Let's do that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a good while. I've always wanted to
Yeah.
review it. For some reason, it's always been on my list, my short list, and I'm like choosing it finally.
Right.
I already have my next week picked out, honestly, but our next time after that.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. Check out liwstudios.com. You can look at the live episode recording schedule. It's always there. You can see what we're going to do. I post mine very early, and then Dick chooses his at the very last second under pressure.
I do.
Despite my constant pleas to choose something before we start.
I promise next show I will pick out the movie.
You say
before I
that?
even get it.
I do not believe you.
I will make a declaration right now.
I
It's
will.
on tape.
This episode, I'll give you leniency because of how late I had to push this back, and I appreciate you actually staying awake tonight until
Yes, very
11:30.
good. Well, I didn't do much today, so it was all right. It was
Yeah.
like a big busy day.
Today I went and visited my spine surgeon and got some very fun news
Uh-oh. Can't have it.
that will affect no.
Oh, you
That
can
will,
get it.
that will affect the future of this show for a little bit.
Oh, you'll
let
be
you know
out.
off screen.
You'll
Yeah.
be out for about 6
I'll let you
months.
know. We'll talk about
All
it
right.
off camera here, but
All right.
yeah, we might have a little bit of a gap. I don't know yet. It really depends, but
I'll just do my own StreamYard show for nobody.
yeah, good fucking luck with that. Do you really
Yeah,
see yourself
just-
doing that?
Nope.
You have all of the weapons available. Do you see yourself doing that?
I wouldn't know how to do it, honestly. I'd be like, I record it. Do I just push this button? I'll send it to you right now, and it breaks the whole thing.
No, you are definitely a shotgun host, and you're great at that.
Yeah. I'm a
Don't try to go above
That's all
your
I can do.
station.
You're right. Absolutely.
I
Right
laugh
with that.
because I
Yeah.
can't talk down to people, and it sounded like I was, and it broke my.
Oh, no.
I did the
Perfectly
improv
fine.
break. No,
Perfectly fine.
no, but you would have no fucking idea what to do with it. if you
No,
hit
God,
record.
God, no, hell no.
Yeah.
No.
And I will say this, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's not like click and I'm paste. No, I gotta fucking choose
Right.
where
yeah.
it's going
Well,
specifically.
sure. Yeah.
what I need to say on it. All for like, what are we at? 0 people right now. At the
Right,
beginning,
there
we're
you
at
go.
like 18, but now 0.
Right.
So yeah, it's a lot for no fucking reason, for no benefit, for no gain.
A thankless job.
It's like going out to a club and being like, I have to hit on every single female here legally, but
Right.
none of them are going to sleep with me. But you have to do that every night.
Hey, baby, you look pretty good. All right. Hey, baby, you look pretty good. All right.
Every
Hey,
Friday, I got to go out there and make the rounds, even though
Right.
I'm told they all say no. And I know that before, before I
You're
do it.
married.
Yeah, you're 40. Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, Dick, would you say we both started remembering movies at 5? I'd say so. In our 70 years of movie knowledge, of movie watching history, maybe 72 years, something like that. Are you looking forward to Stretch versus Mars Attacks?
No.
No, I am.
No, I'm excited for Stretch. Like I said, I keep forgetting about that movie. I do want to watch it. I like Joe Carnahan, and I'll give him a shot.
And full disclosure, like I said, you're not going to love it. Try to enjoy it for what it is. It's Joe Carnahan going, I just want to make this movie.
Yeah, no, it's
Like,
fine. Sounds fun.
He wasn't going for much.
Right.
Like, it's not The Gray where you wanted to say something, which I also love The Gray.
Yeah, Gray's great too. Yeah.
This was him going, I just want to fuck around. I want to fuck around with my friend Chris Pine and like you said, sorry, what do you call him? Patrick.
Oh, Plastic Wilson.
Plastic Wilson. Okay,
Yeah,
like Bradley Cooper for me.
Yeah, Patrick Wilson has gotten lots of facial reconstructive surgery, so he calls himself Plastic Wilson.
He calls himself Plastic
That's
Wilson.
what I heard. And someone told me in an interview, he says, "Well, I should be called Plastic Wilson. They had so many surgeries." Like, oh my god,
Is that how he stays so pointy?
I think so. Yeah, that would make sense. He took that Watchmen money and he put it all in his face.
Well, I did see The Red Door, Insidious, The Red Door.
Yes.
And he directed it, and he did a really fucking good job on that.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for Patrick Wilson. He gets to do things because he's been, playing with those horror movies for so long. They finally let him do something he wanted
Hold
to
on.
do.
I have to kill a spider.
Oh, kill it! Destroy it! Your table's moving.
I know. I'm on that's on wheels. You know that.
Yeah, it's on wheels.
I saw that thing and I'm like, I can't wait.
Ah!
I have a horrendous fear of spiders. So yeah, I couldn't wait.
8 a year.
But Dick, did you see the Red Door, Insidious, The Red Door?
I did not see that one.
Okay.
I need to watch that one.
It's
I've
not a
seen them
good.
all.
I would say
but-
it's a good movie.
Right.
Like for those in movies, it's fine. But like he did a really good job directing it. Like I'm excited.
I'm kind of curious.
I want him to get funded to do his own thing outside of the Insidious, and let's see what he does, because there are some interesting choices in there that he made, and I'm like, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm a Patrick Wilson fan. I'll say that.
Oh, I love Patrick Wilson. He's great.
You were so divided on saying plastic. I heard that. I'm a
was
Plastic Wilson friend. Yeah,
I love Patrick Plastic Wilson.
he's great.
He's wonderful. I love him.
Until next time, Dick, this was a fun episode. Thank you for joining me. Phoenix West.
Shotgun Dick Dickett.
You know what? If you want to lead the next one, just set it up.
Yeah, I'll put
Go
it
ahead.
all together. I'll put it. See what I can do.
How fucked are we?
Oh, terrible! I wouldn't be able to do it.
100%. Okay.
Oh, horrible.
No, I'm just fucking. Yeah, this is a fun one. Probably because I'm so stressed out because of how late we started and how I was trying to get fucking everything ready.
It worked. It's fine.
Yeah,
It all worked out. That's the good thing about having to do this only every 2 weeks. And
Yeah.
now it's gonna be probably every 6 months. Coming up soon.
No, we'll talk about that as soon as
Yeah.
and we'll talk about it in the next episode.
Yes.
I'm just not sure, honestly.
Oh yeah, yes. We'll see what happens.
So long.
All right. Bye, guys. Hell or high water. I'm gonna come for you.
Bye,
Oh,
Plastic
go-
Wilson.
I'm gonna visit you on your porch and shoot you in the head, Plastic Wilson.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, are you trying to do something?
Fuck you, everybody. Good night.
because I'm going to go out and find one of those details. Now!
Oh, delightful.
That's how every podcast should end.
It should. We should.
I need to add that
Yeah,
on
we
at the
put
end.
that